Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to join on Startup Day. Taiwan is the unmatched leader of the global semiconductor supply chain. The production value of IC fabrication, packaging, and testing have led the world for over a decade. As a government body, Industrial Development Bureau has carried this mission to accelerate innovation, develop an AIoT smart chip design, and build a global ecosystem. Our IoT Integrated Service Center, IisC, is a one-stop service platform for hardware design manufacturing. It offers IoT startup technical support, modules, process, business consulting, and provide pilot run service. And ITRI, Industry Technology Research Institute, is the enabler the IisC startup program. We look forward to seeing more startups working closely with IDB and on to speed up the commercialization. Now, Dr. Wu from ITRI will elaborate more on IisC.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Chi Wu from ITRI. It is my honor to be invited here today in ARM Startup Day to give an overview of IC industry in Taiwan. COVID-19 has signified the long-distance learning, work-from-home pattern for industry. And the change of learning and the working pattern actually create a lot of opportunity in electronic industry, especially for IC design and the semiconductor industry. In the presentation today, I will introduce the advanced technology and the ecosystem in IC industry in Taiwan, where the startup company, the IC designer, can actually access a lot of resources from wafer fabrication, packaging, and engineer talent. So since there are a lot of IC design startup company and the VC, I will introduce a service center sponsored by the government, the IoT Integrated Service Center, IisC, which can lead a startup to the market. So the IisC Center is sponsored by the Industrial Development Bureau under Ministry of Economic Affairs. Each actually provide R&D support to this center and create a one-stop supporting platform. We can do that because of the unique infrastructure in Taiwan, which is the best place for the IC startup to grow. Taiwan semiconductor industry actually lead the market share in IC foundry, packaging, and the testing service. And it's also second only to the US in terms of design service and the broader market share. In the pie chart on the right, actually, you can see that the Taiwan actually provide more than 70% of the semiconductor contract manufacturing service. So with the help from ARM, which they can provide and to create a low power and high efficiency architecture, and IisC actually can assure the startup company's future from R&D all the way to go to market. So we can build the customer confidence, minimize the risk, reduce time to market, and create one-stop service platform for hardware design manufacturing. In this center, IisC can provide the MPW and the design service, and also the advanced SiP packaging service. IisC also can provide the system optimization, EVT, DVT, and the PVT. And we will work with our local IC foundries and the manufacturing clusters to provide the pilot production and the EMS service. So we can support all the way from design to chip packaging. For IC design startup, if you provide the circuit design with the help from IisC, we can have an IC design service and access to the MPW, multi-project wafer. And IisC will also coordinate to share the MOQ, the minimum order quantity. So on the same shuttle wafer, we can have different project or different product on this shuttle service. And the IisC will also work with the packaging company to provide the packaging design and also the quality testing. So at E3, we have a lot of pilot labs to foster advanced technology. We have an epitaxy fab, which we can provide 8-inch epitaxy wafer gallium nitride on silicon, can be used in high frequency in the power devices. We also have a nano electronic fab. We have an 8-inch wafer level process. We have a CMOS compatible process, litho, etch, thin film, and anneal process. We also have an advanced packaging fab. We have a capacity on 8-inch and the 12-inch wafer level process. We have a chip-to-chip, chip-to-wafer, wafer-to-wafer bonding service. We also have a state-of-the-art high-frequency testing lab. We can have antenna testing, device testing, and the material testing at high frequency from several gigahertz all the way to 170 gigahertz. At E3, we also provide leading technology for R&D support. We are working on a new computing architecture which can have a 10 times to 100 times energy efficiency. As now, the computer actually is under so-called von Neumann type architecture. Von Neumann type architecture separates the central process unit and the memory unit. The advantage for von Neumann architecture, the designer actually can design the process unit and the memory unit separately. But the drawback is in this architecture, there are a lot of energy and time wasted on moving the data. For the AI process, actually more than 60 or 70% of the energy actually is wasted on the data movement. So we are working on the new architecture, so-called computing in memory. In this architecture, we put CPU or process unit in the memory. So we save energy and the time for moving the data. And we will also provide this service in IisC. So IisC is a global program. And we have a global research, or we have a global branch in North America, Europe, and Japan. And the owner is Jack Chen. So we can help the startup company to access the market directly. So in summary, I just present the unique infrastructure, the supply chain in Taiwan for startup company. So under this infrastructure, we create a one-stop service platform to meet your need. From design to manufacturing, from IC to the IoT system, we also provide cutting-edge R&D capacity to support the startup company. And we can also assure you we can have a reliable support directly from our local government. With that, I thank you so much for your attention.